Man, can you handle me? I don't know. Let me see, man. What's up, y'all? Y'all. I'll do it, y'all. I'll do it next time. Come here. Come right here, swing. Come on. Right here. Come on, swing. Right here. Sit up. There you go. Let's look at the camera. Look straight. There you go. Look, boy. Focus. Focus that way. Come on. Here. Focus. There you go. Good job. Right there. Good boy. Good boy. That's it. Good job. Good boy. Algorithm, start cracking. Let's get it going, baby. Y'all see what's up? We out here. We out here. We out here. 314, throw it up. I ain't got no sign to throw 314 up, but throw it up anyway. We got puppies and beagles and this right here, this a beagle mixed with a ridgeback. Look at the stripe on his back. And that over there, that's a chow mixed with a German Shepherd. And these right here, these XL Chihuahuas. Let me show y'all the XL Chihuahuas so y'all can see the XL Chihuahuas. Them the XL Chihuahuas right there. You know what I'm saying? Where the algorithm at? Where the algorithm? Let's get the algorithm pumping. Let's get the algorithm pumping up. What's up, y'all? Let's go. Let's get that algorithm pumping. Algorithm jumping. We want to get your algorithm circling. So, yo, we back on the feed plan again tonight. We finna feed. We gotta get outside and get everybody else fed because it's getting late. So I'm gonna have to move like Superman. Before we start, hey girl, before we start, stay Diego. Let's have a moment of silence for all the victims that fell to dog attacks. And all the victims across the world, period. But this the dog channel, so we gonna do it for the dog attacks. So, hey, I said stop. Her, shut up. So, yo, she messing it up right now. When she calmed down, we gonna revisit it because I really had it and I should have done it then. But she started barking, so now she won't quit. Let's see what that do. Hey, stop. Cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. You know what I mean? Cut it out. And let us have a moment of silence for all the victims that died from dog attacks and all the victims across the world, period. All right, thank you. We got it done. Rest in peace. So, yeah, today, y'all, we're doing the same old stuff. We got the same dogs. I ain't bought nobody new in yet. I ain't did nothing new. Yo, if I do, y'all gonna be the first ones to know. I'm gonna make sure know y'all don't. You know these barbers, you gotta feed these barbers a lot. They can't just eat a little bit, they gotta get full. Diego, since he grown and he older, he don't eat a lot. He don't eat a lot. All my grown dogs, they eat 1 time a day. Now, if I miss my puppy for some reason, and I don't get her fed 3 times a day, when I do feed her, I give her a large meal. I make sure she eat more than she needs, because most of the time, what you do with dogs is you can take a puppy and you can let a puppy eat as much as they can eat. And once they eat as much as they can eat, then for the rest of the day, they ain't really gonna be interested in no food. They might walk and take a little snack out the bowl, but they ain't just gonna gobble no whole bowl, cause they ate too much. So once you feed a puppy everything they can eat, once you give a puppy all he can eat, they say do that because he ain't gonna really eat no more that day. I don't care what. I don't care about how big he is. I don't care about none of that. I know once they eat all they can eat in 1 second, then they don't sit up. They don't sit up and try to eat as much as they can. Now I can tell somebody's been overfeeding the treats, because these things going hella fast. And they cost $24 for a bag. And it's just to add on the protein. It ain't, I'll give it to them for, just to give it to them. I give them a slice with dinner. I give them a slice when they feed. Because I put the egg in there. Put the egg in there, and then the regular protein that comes in the meal, like I said, and of course, the piece of chicken, the protein it carries. So all together, they get a nice dosage of protein. You ain't gotta give them all that raw meat that you see people giving their dogs. Some people overdo the raw thing, thinking like, okay, I give him all this raw meat, he gonna be big and strong and all that. Nah, you gotta feed them in proper dimensions. If you want the right results, then you gotta feed the right. You gotta follow the right guidelines. You know, you can't just tell yourself, I'm just gonna give them all this and think like that's what's gonna do it. That don't do it. All they gonna do is piss that out. Once they got too much protein in their system, just like a person, they ain't gonna do nothing but piss it out. So, you wanna always give them the set amount. You wanna always give them the right amount. You don't want to just say, oh yeah, I'm gonna give them all this big old piece of meat. Because all you doing then is wasting money. So, if you're looking for a dog just to be big and you don't really care about muscles or none of that, and you just want them to get big, then all you gotta do is just feed them a lot. You gotta feed them something that they'll keep eating. And they'll eat it until they just ain't no room for nothing. You can find something You can get some of them little sweet toppings, or you can get some of them little peanut butter toppings, and you can take that and put it over their food, and they'll constantly eat it like it ain't no tomorrow. And the more they eat, the more they grow. But that don't mean that you're gonna develop no muscle on them. That just means you making them just a big dog. So if you into it, you trying to develop muscle, then you're gonna have to go by the guideline. You gotta go by the guideline chart. You gotta know your dog weight, and you gotta know exactly how much protein a dog that size supposed to get. It's a lot of tricks to it. Because people make people think that I'm just gonna go buy them a whole cow, or I'm gonna go to the butcher shop and get them a whole bunch of raw meat and I'm gonna feed it to them all the time and just give it to them all day. It ain't gonna do it. But like I said, they can easily just take that. They gonna piss all that extra protein out. So you gotta remember, anything, when you overdo too much in your body-wise, when you overdo stuff, you gotta remember that most extras turn into sugar. Most extras turn into sugar or turn into fat, and it ain't healthy for the dog. You basically killing the dog, man. When you figure you make him macho, man, you really killing the dog. And if you are on the raw meat thing, and that's what you into, then you gotta make sure that you giving your dog. You gotta make sure you worming that dog too. When you give him a lot of raw, you gotta worm that dog once a month. Cause all that raw food, that shit create worms in their bodies. And if you don't catch the worms in time, you might end up having your dog develop heartworms, which you don't want. There's no heartworms. So when you treat them for worms, you probably need to give them a heartworm preventer, some ivermectin, to make sure you preventing them from catching heartworms, because heartworms will make a dog eyes cross and it'll kill them. So give me that ball, girl. You gotta make sure that you gotta be very on top of. You gotta be on top of all that, because a lot of people do what they see other people do. You know, they might watch videos on YouTube and they'll see them doing something and they'll be copycats and they'll do what they see somebody else doing, and what somebody else doing may not necessarily be true. Now me, I follow with all scientific facts. A lot of stuff I use is just common sense. Like when a person exercise and work out, they gotta hit their muscles with protein so their muscles can develop. But you go by the weight, and you know, if you weigh, like, just say you weigh 200 pounds, you should be hitting your dog with probably, I would say, after he work out, if he was 200 pounds, If a dog 200 pounds, after he work out, you hit him with protein, you should be hitting him with at least, I'd say about 40, anywhere from 30 to 45 grams of protein. That's what you should be giving him. If he weighed around 200 pounds, you want to give him enough protein to make sure that all the muscles get touched. And a lot of time too, meat protein ain't always the best recovery. Meat protein is good to build the muscle, but for the muscles to build bigger, they have to recover faster. And if you want faster recovery, the best protein you hit a person with or an animal with would be, you will have to find some type of liquid protein like milk or like that egg. And reason being, it's gonna lubricate through the system versus protein. Meat protein gotta break down and then travel through the system. But liquid protein automatically just go through the system. Soon as they get it, it just go through them and they hit every muscle and the recovery start ASAP. But that ain't gonna be the case when you use the meat protein. It's gotta break down, then it's got to go through the body after the breakdown process. And we don't know how fast or how long the breakdown process is for the dog body to, break all the meat down and then start hitting the muscles. So the best bet, and you ain't have, they don't have to have their full dose of protein at that moment when you use a liquid protein. You just want enough protein. You want enough protein that's gonna hit the muscle, plain and simple. And then you can worry about giving them a whole bunch of protein after you go ahead and hit them with that dose of protein. Then you can worry about, the protein that's gonna go through their body while they resting. And that be another reason kennel training is good, because once you hit them with that protein, if a dog outside the kennel, that means he get to keep moving around, he get to keep walking, he get to keep playing and running. But when versus him being in the kennel, now he got to sit back and he got to rest, because he can't go nowhere. So he gonna be still, or he gonna be laying down, and his muscles are gonna automatically be in recovery mode because of how they resting. So that's a good thing about kennel training. They can't do all that moving around and jumping around. They gotta relax, and they gotta let their muscles build. So that's the good thing about the kennel. You gotta know tricks to. It's certain tricks to these dogs, and it's certain shortcuts, and it's certain things that a lot of people just don't know because they don't take the time to really look into it to see what's really important. When you got certain type of dog breeds and you want to get your full satisfaction out your dog, you want to get your dog full look, you basically want to get your dog, you want to have your dog at the best he can actually be. Y'all understand what that means. You want the dog at his best. So, and for the dog to be at his best, you gotta make sure that you taking the proper steps for him to be at his best. Because if you're not, then you're not gonna get the best out your dog. So resting and recovery is very important and vital if you're trying to make a dog with a whole bunch of muscles. Because he gotta sit back and allow himself to heal and grow, knowing that when a dog sees something, a dog barking all day long, dog in the window all day long, dog everywhere all day long, and they never resting. You know, especially if they active, they don't know how to chill and take a break. They don't know how to do that. So it's on the trainer or on the handler, the master, whatever words you want to use. They are responsible for the growth and well-being of their dog, of a domestic animal, period, because a domestic animal just can't take care of itself. So, and a lot of people wonder how, like, all my dogs can jump. Every dog I got can jump. All of my inside dogs and even my one outside dog is very powerful and powerful enough to pull hundreds of pounds. That's just something we ain't gotten to yet because we still working on the setup and we still building the channel and we still trying to build the viewers. So before I start giving all of my best, I gotta get my stuff on deck and running the way it's supposed to. And then, once I know we got a bunch of people watching, and we got a bunch of loyal viewers, then that's when I'm gonna give you my total best. My son's still up there on the phone after 10:30. I told him 10:30 he had to be off the phone because he got school tomorrow. He wanted to be grown. He's 12 years old. Antonio! Beans! See, now he can't hear me. Hey, Beans! Look at the clock! You know, he one of them 12-year-olds that's growing up and don't want you to tell him nothing. Want to get mad when you tell him something, but I'm one of them grown-ups that don't care about that shit. I don't care how mad you get. As long as I know I'm telling you right, then I'm not going to feel bad about doing my job. Because that's my job, to make sure you do what the hell you supposed to be doing until you grown. And like I tell him, hey, you don't like it, you got to get your own place, and you got to take care of yourself. But as long as I got to keep a roof over your head, you going to do what the hell I tell you, or I'm going to take some other actions that ain't gonna be as nice. You ain't gonna like it. So everybody that ate. Got everybody bowls out. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna get out here. I'm gonna get red dot fed. Get red dot fed. And then I'm gonna get in here We're gonna go in the garage with the crazy dogs. I got one penicillin pill on me, and I gotta get another one because I'm gonna have to. I know now I'm gonna have to stuff. I'm gonna have to stuff this pill because I ain't got no pill pocket. I normally use pill pockets. And I take the pill with the pill pockets, and I just stuff the pill. I just give the dog the pill with the pill pocket. Antonio, you supposed to be going to bed. Steady playing on that phone. So, y'all excuse me for all that hollering. Gotta get my son right, cause he be veering off on the wrong track. And sometimes he veer a little too far. So he veer so far off it scare me sometimes. It makes me wonder what the hell my future holds. It makes me hope and pray every day. I gotta pray every day. Some of these kids nowadays, boy, make you hurt. Your own flesh and blood make you hurt. So man, I gave a little game yesterday on the appraisals. If you got a barbell, you get your barbell appraised. I let people know, excuse me, on yesterday's video, some of the things you gotta do to get a good appraisal for your barbell. And like I said, the first thing, you check for the bone thickness, it's gonna be right there at the ankle, right above the foot. And the reason being, that's where you got the less skin at, that's where you got the less muscle at, and it ain't nothing dark but bone. And that bone right there is the bone that's gonna let you know how thick your dog bones is. Yeah. That's what it's there for, to let you know how thick your dog bones is. I had a buddy telling me a story about a wolf. Somebody stole a wolf a long time ago out the zoo. And I guess they took the wolf somewhere, and I don't know who it was. I just heard the story. And they said the wolf was fighting a pit bull or some crap. And the pit bull beat the wolf up. Said that wolf hollered and screamed like it was getting something took from him. Yeah. And I already knew the pit bull was powerful enough to take down a wolf. That's like, I mean, I ain't gonna say Let me say that right. Because all pit bulls ain't gonna beat every wolf either. You got some wolves that's done been out there in battles. And then we looking basically at a domestic wolf. If it was a wolf that was in the zoo, that's almost a domestic animal, depending on how long it's been raised there. It ain't got a hunt. It ain't got none of those. It wasn't taught none of those abilities. So we not gonna say that, oh yeah, the wolf can take down. The wolf can, the pit bull every pit bull can take the wolf down. We ain't gonna say that, cause that ain't true. You got some wolves, I believe, will turn a pit bull up, and if it was hungry, can mess around and eat them. Even though you don't see that, that don't mean that it can't happen. Because wolves eat meat. And if a wolf is in the wild hungry, and even say you got a pack of them, you got a pack of wolves, the dog's definitely in trouble. I'll be back to get you. Yeah, if you got a wolf, if you got a pack, if you got a wolf pack, if you got a wolf pack, the dog definitely is gonna be in trouble. Only dog I seen lay down in between some wolves and take a wolf food was the Tibetan Mastiff. Now, the Tibetan Mastiff was a bad dog. Now, everybody that's rocking with me now, don't change up on me when I go in the garage and y'all start